Hello everyone and welcome back to another devlog.
Obama.
This week we're going to be looking in the actual game flow and how the game goes from start to end and some storytelling as well. So what I want for the start is that the player spawns in, for example, one of these cells. So you would spawn in here, and because it's a roguelike, you start out with random items or random stats you can choose throughout the level. So you would spawn in here, you would make your way out, and without any tutorials or text leading you somewhere, you find your way around. For example, you see a dead guard here, and that's where you would find your first gun. This gun would be next to the guard, and then you can pick it up and make your way through. You have limited bullets, and you find your bullets throughout the level, for example, on like different levels or like different stories, or in different cells. Some cells can be opened with a key, and some cells are already open. And when you make your way through, you'll find different rooms, and some rooms are hidden because you have to fight enemies to get to those rooms, and it just depends. You have to make your way through the prison. I really want to create the actual retro feel and look. So as you can see, this looks pretty retro. Maybe I don't like the material on the text, but for example, this sound seems pretty old to me. So then when you start the game, you come in here. It all looks pretty good now, but I love this look. It makes it look, I don't know, dated. I like it. And it's the same with the doors. Where's the door? Oh, it's here. The same if the doors go up. It's a little faster, but I really like how that looks, and I just want to add those types of things to the game to make it feel retro. Well, old, I guess. I've been trying to add the item choices at the start, and now I have this little apple and an apple with a scriptable. So I have an item name, description, an icon. That's this one here. Then a rarity, and then what else it's going to do. For now, I have this health boost. For example, this apple will start you out with extra health, or there's a weapon you can choose, or just opens a different cell doors. Now if you start, as you can see, one of the cards spawns. It's super ugly right now, but you should be able to have 3 cards next to each other and then choose one of them, and from there make your journey. I'm this item choice manager, and now on the start of the game, it shows 3 cards, and before the player can move, well, I don't have it implemented yet, you have to choose one of these items, and those are the items you start out with. So the color at the bottom is a rarity, so how good it is depends, of course, at the start. And then you can make your way through, and then throughout the level you'll get more of these different cards. I have these 2 items, well, these 3 items here right now, but only the apple works right now. So right now the player can't move, can't look around, and they see their health, and eventually also maybe ammo or other statistics. But for now, if you press this button, your health goes up by 20, because that's the boost you get. And now, if you walk over this, you don't get any more health, but when you drop below, you can go up to 120 again, because you increase your max health. Actually, maybe it's a better idea, instead of letting the player choose the random item to start, that before they even start into a game, they can already choose an item, because that's the whole roguelike thing. Instead of choosing a character or a certain weapon, you can choose your item to start out with. I think that's a good thing. Okay, so I've been experimenting with the main menu now, and then if you press new game, you get these 3 items. Eventually I want this to be a list or more items like this which you can scroll through. And of course some will be hidden at the start and some you can unlock during your playthrough. But for now this is pretty nice. You would click and then, I don't know what's happened here, but you would go into the game. Now if you go into a new game and you choose one of these items, it loads and it brings you to the game. And it says here what item you brought with you. Of course now there's no actual functionality to the items, but it works from the main menu to the game. As you can see, it's a little late, but I still can get this to work. What I have right now is you start into a game, you choose an item, and then it should show up in the inventory right here, because I wanted to have it in your inventory because then you can carry it throughout the game. And if you look in the console, it says I chose an apple, I logged it, then it saved the inventory, but it doesn't retrieve the inventory because I have this game manager which should send from the main menu to this game scene. It should send the items. I'm just gonna fix it tomorrow. I should head to bed. Okay, so I have the fix. The problem was that I didn't have this start function and I never loaded the items or added the items to the inventory. So it's fixed. When choosing an item, for example this apple, you start with the bonus health because normally it's 100 health and now it's 120. So it works. Good. The last thing I wanted to add for this week was the items at the top left, so you know what items you have in your inventory. And now you see the apple, the gun, and the key. So if I go to the game manager here in my play inventory, it says those 3 items. So here I just hard coded them in, or well, I chose them here, but they transfer from the main menu. But that's gonna be it for this week. Next week I want to finish up the menu system, the main menu, and then towards the actual game. And I want to work on the enemies and probably some guns. So yeah, I'm working on the game and not necessarily the UI. So see you next week. Goodbye.